It's been well established that the 49ers were interested in acquiring Odell Beckham Jr. CEO Jed York told reporters at the NFL owners meeting this week that the 49ers were aggressive in talks for the star wide receiver, but they never really got close. Rumors have trickled out that the New York Giants asked the 49ers for the No. 2 overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, something San Francisco was unwilling to part with for good reason. 49ers general manager John Lynch went on KNBR on Friday morning, and explained why having the No. 2 pick actually put the team at a disadvantage during the Beckham talks. I think, ironically, the fact that we had the No. 2 pick made it more difficult because they wanted that badly, Lynch said, via The Athletic's Matt Barrows. They wanted to know once, and we weren't willing to part with that. It was too valuable of a pick. The Giants ended up dealing Beckham to the Cleveland Browns for the No. 17 overall pick, safety Jabril Peppers, and a third-round choice. Beckham is one of the most talented wide receivers in football, and certainly would have been worth giving up the No. 2 pick for if the 49ers were able to get the Giants to give them the No. 6 pick in return, something NFL media's Mike Garafolo believes Lynch was amenable to and New York was not. To add to this, word was the Niners would have been amenable to moving from 2 to 6 as part of a deal for Beckham. The problem was, what would the rest of the compensation have been? That's where it broke down. Mike Garafolo, at Mike Garafolo, March 29, 2019, giving up the No. 2 pick without getting a first-rounder back would have been a tough pill to swallow, but the thought of pairing Beckham, who is 26 and on a reasonable contract as far as stars go, with Jimmy Garoppolo might have been worth it. Related, 49ers reportedly meeting with multiple wide receiver prospects. As it stands now, the 49ers reportedly are considering all their options with the No. 2 overall pick, including trading it. But with Nick Bosa, Quinnen Williams and Josh Allen possibly being available, it's hard to see Lynch and co. parting with it. Phoenix coaches Katie Sowers and Bruce Arians are pleased with the progress of diversity in NFL hiring, but both know there's still a long way to go. Arians has been setting the bar as a coach who hires the best person for the job, regardless of their gender, race or background. He hired Jen Welter in Arizona as the first female coach in the NFL during the Cardinals' 2015 training camp. Now in Tampa, Arians again broke ground by boasting the first NFL team with 2 full-time coaching positions held by women. Lori Locust will be the Buccaneers' assistant defensive line coach, and Meryl Javadi their assistant coach of strength and conditioning. I'm asked, can women coach? Arians said. I've seen it. It's just about getting opportunities. It's hard for young guys, too. It's a unique position in the NFL. You have to have ownership and a general manager willing to let them come in. Now if they can't do it, they get fired. For all of the steps forward, Arians believes there are many more to go. It's time. Arians said, I'll be happy when it's not news anymore. That's where it should be heading. 2 super qualified people. I had drive. Welter here, in Arizona, and it worked out fine. Sowers, who was the first female to hold a full-time coaching position in the NFL, knew prior to the announcement that Arians had planned to hire Locust and Javadi, so she was more excited than surprised. I think this is going to be awesome for everybody who gets a chance to be a part of it, the 49ers offensive assistant said. Sowers previously questioned why other women weren't getting the same chance she did in the NFL. Had felt in the past like we had so many good things going. Sowers said, everyone that had interns, head coaches, would say good things. But it just seemed like I would look around and wonder why I was the only one still there when other women seemed to be getting opportunities. Sowers also believe candidates have a better chance if they are given more time than a few weeks to prove themselves. A lot of it comes with opportunity, not just 1 week or 2 weeks. Sowers said, giving someone a chance to get into the environment, into the culture. Women have never been a part of that. It's really hard to do that in 2 weeks. Arians believes it should be a non-issue for players to have a female coach. It's more about the ability to teach. Every NFL player is going to look at you and say, "How can you make me better?" Arians said. If you have an answer, you're in. If you can't answer the question, you don't belong there anyway. They can answer the question. I think back to the best teachers I ever had. Most of them are female. In football, we're glorified school teachers. You can know all the football in the world if you can't teach it. Why not take a great teacher of any gender and let them help your players? I don't see it as an issue, and I'm looking forward to the day it's not news-related. Sowers sees progression in sports. How long before that day arrives? Probably 5 years, Arians said. I hope. Or sooner. I think the AAF is doing a great job as a proving ground for younger coaches, especially female coaches. If the San Francisco 49ers keep the No. 2 overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, they will get, at worst, the player they have rated as the second-best NFL prospect. The Arizona Cardinals own the top selection, and the speculation since the NFL scouting combine has been that new coach Cliff Kingsbury will handpick Oklahoma quarterback Kyler Murray to run his offense. Does 49ers coach Kyle Shanahan have an idea what the Cardinals will do? My gut is probably just like yours, so we're all just waiting, Shanahan said this week at the NFL owners' meeting in Phoenix. You hear a lot of stuff, so you really try to not pay attention to any of it. If you look at the players the same way they do, we understand their personnel and stuff, so you try to make decisions more off that instead. If the 49ers remain at No. 2, and another team does not blow them away with a trade to move up, it seems one of these 3 players will end up in Santa Clara. Edge Nick Bosa, Ohio State. Bosa likely is the No. 1 player on the 49ers draft board. He is a next-level talent with his athleticism, strength, technique, balance and pedigree. Despite missing most of his entire final season in Columbus with a core muscle injury, Bosa might be as close to a can't-miss prospect as there is in this draft. Bosa enjoys the art of rushing the quarterback, and he is far more advanced in that respect to anyone else in this draft. The 49ers have a lot of other base-down defensive linemen, but they do not have another outside pass rusher to complement veteran Dee Ford, whom they acquired in a trade from the Kansas City Chiefs. If Bosa is the pick, there would be no hurry to get him on the field for every snap. As it is, defensive linemen are constantly rotated in the course of a game. The 49ers would be satisfied if he can make an impact as a rookie only on passing downs. But with his skill level, it probably would not take Bosa long to become an every-down player. Edge Josh Allen, Kentucky. The 49ers resigned outside linebacker Mark Nziocha and also worked out a pay cut to retain veteran Malcolm Smith, who's also capable of playing the strong side position. If Allen were the pick, he would step in immediately as the starter. In addition to being a 17-sack performer en route to being named Defensive Player of the Year in the SEC, Allen is long and athletic enough to flip his hips and lock down most tight ends in coverage. That's great and all, but Allen is a likely top 4 selection in the draft because of his ability to get after the quarterback. He remained in school for his senior year and worked his way into becoming an elite draft prospect. With the 49ers, he would be a Sam linebacker in the team's base defense. On nickel downs, he would move to defensive end and rush the passer on the side opposite of Ford. D.T. Quinnen Williams, Alabama. His Alabama teammate, highly regarded offensive lineman Jonah Williams, describes Quinnen Williams, no relation, as a 300-pound bar of soap. And if that's not enough to work the 49ers into a lather. Oh, never mind. Williams has the agility of an edge rusher with the size and strength of a nose tackle. Pairing Williams on the inside with DeForest Buckner would create a lot of issues for opposing offensive lines. The 49ers already have such inside players as Eric Armstead, Solomon Thomas, DJ Jones and Julian Taylor, but Williams has a chance to give the team an immediate and dramatic upgrade inside. It is difficult to find anyone who dominated as much as he did in college football last season. If Bosa is gone, the guess here is that Williams would be the 49ers' selection.